Hello boys and ghouls! Hi, it is cracking today. In today's video, we will be digging into the first very episode of Tales from the Crypt. Let's begin. The first episode is titled The Man Who Was Death. The episode begins with footage of a dark prison cell showing a man named Charles Ledbetter, narrated by an unknown man. We learn that Charles is waiting for his death sentence for murder. As two guards came to take him into the electric chair, the camera slowly pans to a man named Niles Talbot. As Charles is dragged away, he screams and begs, thinking the governor is going to call and grant him mercy. The governor never does. Niles pulls the switch and executes Charles. We see as Niles then walking on the bridge, introducing himself as a boy from Oklahoma and says he has been an executioner in the States for the last 12 years. He walks into a bar where he sees a TV news broadcast that will change his life forever. It's about an argument to ban the death penalty. The next day, he talks to his boss, who claims to be terribly sorry. As we learn, the death penalty is indeed now banned in the state. Niles says it isn't his boss' fault, then realizes he is being fired after the boss offers to write him a recommendation. Niles says he can go back to his old job as an electrician, but his boss claims that position has already been filled. After some arguing, the boss finally says they no longer trust Niles around prisoners after being an executioner. Niles saying he could handle them, but the boss doesn't want to take that risk. The next day, a vicious biker named Jimmy Flood is on trial, charged with killing a man. He's found guilty, but the judge claims there are no grounds for prosecution and executes him. A woman breaks down screaming that Flood killed her brother, but Flood just pushes her away and walks out. As the woman screams, the camera pans to Niles, who had been listening to the whole trial. That night, Niles lights a cigarette and says he has nothing special against bikers. In fact, he respects them, but Flood's guilty and he needs to pay. We see Flood riding his bike and trying to break into a fenced property, but once he touches the fence, he is killed by high voltages. Set up by Niles. Later, a broadcast reporter says that Flood's death was caused by a fallen phone wire, giving Niles newfound power to keep doing what he does best: executing murderers. Sometimes later, he attends another trial where a couple, Theodore Carney and Cynthia Baldwin, are accused of first-degree murder, but the jury doesn't find them guilty. Niles goes to their home, and as Theodore offers him money, Niles says he doesn't want any. He accuses Theodore of planning his wife's murders to avoid losing his wealth in divorce. Cynthia begs Niles, saying that the plan was all Theodore's idea, but Niles doesn't care. He uses their own hot tub to electrocute them both. Later that night, he's back in a bar, having another inner monologue about how a stripper is going to meet God soon. But as he prepares to execute her, something goes wrong. The cables are torn. A few seconds later, the police burst in and arrest Niles for his crimes. The next day, we see Niles in health class as the news breaks that the death penalty has been reinstated. The detective jokes, saying, "And guess who is not pulling the string this time?" Moments later, Niles is dragged away by the same guards he once worked with. He is terrified and begs them to wait. The governor will call, he insists. But just like before, the governor never calls, and Niles is executed. In his final moments, he says,
"I didn't want no haircut. They said that was a mistake because my head might catch on fire from the electricity when they juice me. I told them, don't worry. Governor gonna call."
"Poor Niles. He shouldn't have been so dedicated to his job after all." Well, kiddies, that's gonna wrap today's bedtime story. See you next time. if you dare.